Hey, what's up, players? WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. I just want to endorse some of my brothers that are doing an outstanding job of podcasts. I'm talking about the first Black Champ podcast, one of the greatest podcasts of all time, and it's growing and growing each and every day. Talking about my man, J.R. Bang and Champ from the Port. Players, you better take a listen to them, and if you don't, I'll have J.R. Bang and Champ put them in a tag team match, and it's going to be a lot of trouble.
Oh, yes, indeed. It is a new year, but you should be expecting the same fire because wrestling podcasting is still going strong, and this show is still going strong, and nothing would make this show any better besides the fact I get to tell y'all off the rip that Johnny Wrestling got beat by a black champ to start the new year. So, hey, things are right in the world, all right, as well as the world of wrestling. And even if you don't think so, we're here to talk about it like nobody else in the world. Get ready. It's 2026, and it's time for the first Black Champ podcast. And even when there's no belt in sight, I'm still your podcast Intercontinental Champion, Camp from the Port.
Man, wait till you hear the Do We Care segment. And I am J.R. Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download to the Barbershop Network, home of First Black Champ. Make sure you follow us on everything, DFBCPOD. Yeah. And I am excited about this 2026. A lot of stuff to talk about, especially as we get into the New Year episodes. We technically had a New Year Part 1 on SmackDown. Tomorrow, Monday, on SmackDown, we have the January 5th edition, the 1-year Netflix anniversary that's going to give us Bron Breakker versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some of the things we expect we'll like to see in 2026. But we're going to start off with Damien Priest. Damien Priest on the New Year episode of SmackDown wins another feud. Wins another feud. He defeated Aleister Black in the ambulance match. You saw Rhea Ripley show up in the ambulance to get a little bit out of here, and a nice little bump, pause, from Aleister Black off the the ambulance. Go ahead.
We're talking about that. Okay. I'll talk about the other bumps.
I mean, hey, you got to probably need to do that in order to get that. But this is yet another feud that Damien Priest won. He started out the year going back and forth with Drew McIntyre. He ends up winning that feud in the Hell in a Cell. Then he just kind of disappeared. If you listen to this podcast, if you are a P1 of this podcast, you know that I have said that after that, he should have been in the John Cena sweepstakes. Should have.
No, for sure.
I don't know if it was injuries or anything like that, but he just disappeared. But now he wins yet another feud on SmackDown, Aleister Black. What should be next for Damien Priest?
See, this is a tough question because we would essentially be preparing him for what he just did to start the year. He would be getting the winner of Cody versus Drew just based on how the landscape of SmackDown looks today. Like, I don't think that just because Sami Zayn said it that he should be next. You know what I mean? So, and off top, and I could just not be having the roster placements correctly, but I don't even think that there's anybody main event contender level that's really done something recent to our minds that's like, oh wow, they should be next. Specifically on SmackDown. On the Raw, I think there's about 7 guys, but, but for SmackDown, I can't think of that fourth or fifth person that could be in this mix and potentially be in Damien Priest's way. So, and usually after the high profile specialty dub, a title got to be in your sights. So, but do we want to see Drew versus Cody or Drew versus Drew? I mean, Damien versus Cody or Damien versus Drew again?
I don't. Like, I don't. Well, we'll get into that a little bit later in the show because my prediction will lead to another version of that. See, Damien Priest, somebody that I probably in the beginning was not the highest on. Like, we went through a phase where we was calling him Freaky Undertaker here on the show. He was getting all of the chicks backstage when he came to NXT. He won the North American Championship, had the celebration inside of the hot tub and all of that stuff. I was unsure of where and how he would fit. Could he? They did the whole Judgment Day thing with Edge.
Yep.
And then they kicked Edge out and sent Edge over to AEW. Like, but then he's World Heavyweight Champion. He's United States Champion. I think he was Intercontinental Champion. I don't remember. The Judgment Day thing as a whole. You bring. I say all that to say, Damien Priest to me last year should have been in the main card title picture. 2026, there's definitely no reason why Damien Priest shouldn't be in the title picture. I don't care who's the champion either. If it's Cody, if it's Drew, if it's CM Punk, if it's Bron Breakker, Damien Priest should be right there. He's been doing this. Now even take it back to what you had said a couple of years ago on this pod when the thing with Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
WrestleMania with Bad Bunny, then Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny. You said that with everything that he's done, he needs to get a title shot at this point because he's did everything everybody has asked him to do. Yeah. You have even said on this podcast, there's some people that will probably take the career of Damien Priest over some other people because of everything that he's done. Now, yeah, and Bobby, thanks for reminding me. He had the shoulder injury and he didn't want surgery. And in fact, I do remember they saying that they had to sit his ass down. So I can see that. But still, you don't drown him out.
Right.
We've seen many people in these cases still remain at the top of the card, come out there and talk, they whoop somebody's ass and walk off. Then when they get healthy, let's just go ahead and get it. So I is just under the thing of, if you ain't going to do nothing with them, stop having them win feuds.
Right.
High profile feuds for the shows that he's on at that. Exactly. Like now he got to lose some shit because you can't keep putting them in these wins. Hell in a Cell, Drew McIntyre, ambulance match, Aleister Black. Yeah. Can't keep doing this. And then you don't give him a spot. Like at this point, and we know it. We know we're on the road to Royal Rumble. If you've been listening to this show since day one, you know once we get to this point, I do my Royal Rumble power rankings starting now.
Yep, there we go. Yeah,
he ain't number one. Of course, he's not number one. However, if you power rank it, he got to be in the top 5 of the power rankings of the people who could win the Royal Rumble based off of the fact you keep putting them in high-profile matches and you keep allowing him to win. Oh, yeah. That's not even talking about the Judgment Day shit.
Right.
Like the whole Judgment Day thing with him and Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, they won that. If you look at 2025, he ain't the most successful one. However, he had a great 2025.
Yeah. Yep.
He had a great 2025.
It's literally like that year, that first year Glenn Rice went to Charlotte. It was like, yeah, He didn't win MVP. They didn't get to the finals. But Glenn Rice smoked that entire year.
Matter of fact, we ain't did this in a while, Kemp. We ain't did this in a while. And now that we're talking about basketball, if this was basketball, who would Damien Priest be? He ain't got no title shot. He ain't got no title shot. He ain't win nothing, but, like, who is he?
We going today's era?
Oh, we go whatever we want. You already know how we do. We mess around and talk about a player from the 80s.
Right, yeah, no, for sure. I still like my Glenn Rice selection. But if I had to, hey, but you know what, though? Not for nothing. I'd put him around that because wait, no, he went to the finals. I was gonna say Charles Barkley, but he didn't go to the finals yet.
Yeah.
But and he does have a chip. So, but right now, I'll tell you this. Damian Priest could be David Robinson before they drafted Tim Duncan. I'll go David Robinson.
See, now you got me thinking based off of my own damn question. But Damien Priest does have a championship.
True.
He does have a championship.
That's true. That's the tough part. See, that's the tough part. Because
and the Money in the Bank win at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So like, see that, and see that's why the 2025 placement of them don't make sense.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Clyde Drexler.
Because Clyde got a chip.
Clyde got a chip with the Rockets. He's got a chip with the Rockets. He was, of course, one of the best in the NBA.
Yeah.
With the Blazers.
For the young people that may not know or didn't watch The Last Dance, but it was true because we were there. Clyde Drexler at one time was considered the second best shooting guard in the league behind one guy in Chicago by the name of Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Right, and I know I see a couple of people putting some younger players in the chat. I wouldn't put him as Jaylen Brown. Even though Jaylen Brown has a chip, I wouldn't put him as Jaylen Brown. I wouldn't put him as Robert Horry because Robert Horry got 7 of them, and he was a role player. Yeah. Damian Priest is probably the number 2 big man on SmackDown.
Yeah.
He's probably the number 2 big man on SmackDown. To who? The dude he beat in the feud, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him as Jermaine O'Neal because Jermaine O'Neal ain't got no chip.
Yep.
Grant Hill ain't got no chip either. I'm going to stick with my Clyde Drexler pick. Here's why. Okay. Because I'm going to go out and say that Damian Priest is severely underrated. He could talk on the mic. He's very charismatic. He will take your girl. He's done it.
Yeah.
Damian Priest is probably almost inching to Batista levels.
Okay.
Of backstage relationship.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Batista is really the DC sniper, y'all.
Yeah.
Literally.
So he's probably inching there because if you even want to look at Rusev and
hey, the picture before the match had me dying because I do remember this era, and I was like, "Yeah, that's not his girl. If he's doing that with her and they kicking it, as wrestling buddies." So
exactly, Donnie. Caden Carter. He got Lola Vice out here now. They out here rocking matching Yankees jerseys and stuff. It's only a matter of time that he moves on. All right, he's inching beyond Batista levels.
Yeah, hey, and as an anomaly, you don't know that many Puerto Ricans that size. Usually Puerto Ricans are no taller than 5'7".
Oh, Damian Priest is the biggest Puerto Rican I've ever. He's the biggest Puerto Rican athlete I've ever seen. I know a lot of Puerto Ricans. I ain't never seen a Puerto Rican past 5'6".
Yeah, I definitely haven't.
It's like
I definitely haven't. Not a man. I've not seen a Puerto Rican male that's over 5'6", 5'7". I've never seen it.
Like if they mixed. Like Carmelo Anthony, daddy's Puerto Rican. He's 6'9". Technically, he is, but he mixed. I ain't never seen a pure Puerto Rican that is 6'10". Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, like Damien Priest to me is the Clyde Drexler of the main roster right now. He got him a chip. He's been to the mountaintop, or at least almost there, but ain't climbed it. Then he finally climbed it. He got a Money in the Bank. He's been in some high-profile feuds and things of this nature, but he's not the top guy.
Yeah.
He's not the top guy. That, to me, especially as we start the transition, as we see a lot of these wrestlers that we loved and in some of these eras get a little bit older, you got to start investing some of that. Is Damien Priest investable in that case? Like if Cody Rhodes were to say today, I'm out, peace. Is Damien Priest somebody that you feel like can be amongst the people that can help carry the torch for the WWE?
I'm on the fence because I don't think that we've seen the best face run from Damien Priest.
Okay.
I think it was building, literally like against Drew McIntyre. It was building, and maybe injury has stalled some of that. I think his promos even got better in the midst of that. But he's Damien Priest. Damien Priest is in the need of a face run that is undeniable, to where we're literally saying he's the hottest guy in the company versus he deserves the title that he's holding.
So basically you saying that he needs to wrestle in the Bronx or in Puerto Rico all year long?
If that's what it takes, hey, but you know what? Hey, New Mexico might be an untapped market, much like Arizona. Like, you never know. Wherever people of Latin descent are, I want to see what happens when he goes out there. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, look, man, Terror Squad is a big deal, but people just seem to love pun more than Fat Joe, the Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? So, what do you know?
Yeah, well, we will see, but it was interesting for him winning that feud. I was actually surprised that he won that feud against Aleister Black. I just knew that they was going to give Aleister Black the rub. But, hey, look, he won a feud against Drew McIntyre, and because he was hurt, Drew McIntyre got to continue to push, and now we're going to see Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes again in a 3 Stages of Hell match. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. The Usos, new tag team champs. They defeated Dragon Lee and AJ Styles on Raw last week, but to close out the year. Is this too early, though? Are we putting the straps on the Usos too early? What do you feel like you think this is going?
No, not at all. From my perspective, and because this is how the WWE has set it up, no Usos, no tag team division, period. So with that said, to me, hey, look, I was never in love with the AJ Styles Dragon Lee makeshift mixed tag team. They ended up becoming champions. In my mind, the Usos, the New Day should have had the titles, or the Viking War Raiders, whatever they are. If they're healthy, both are healthy to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's no surprise to me that the Usos lose the tag titles, the unified tag titles at that time, at WrestleMania to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and the tag team division went to shit. And it was pretty much non-existent. And they gave both respective teams new belts, and still nothing. True. They I think the Usos need the titles, not to validate them, but to validate the division of like, okay, this is the benchmark. Because hey, who knows now? And this is like a soft guarantee. I think now that the Usos are back and the Usos are tag team champions, I now officially don't think the Street Profits are breaking up at all. I think now we found some creative has found something for them to do. Hey, best of 7. Hey, remember what the Usos did with the New Day? Hey, we need y'all to do that. That's what I think is happening. That's my soft guarantee this week. Because I figured we would talk about this, and I wanted an opportunity to say that. I think I think now all of a sudden we just realized the tag team division exists again. So for me, it's not too early. Russ, I got to disagree with you. It's not a setback for Jay at all, because Jay on his own with the mic is bathroom worthy. He's popcorn snack break worthy. He's not his cousins. He's not his brother. He's not his daddy on that mic. He ain't his grandfather on that mic. So with that being said, this is the perfect opportunity for Jey Uso to show what his greatness really looks like. Again, hey, look, now he's just the Bret Hart. He's the Shawn Michaels. If we were ever confused about who was the lead guy in the Usos because they're twins, well, let's be clear now. It's Jey Uso. Jay is the Nikolai Volkov. He's the Jumping Jim Brunzell.
Damn.
He's the Shawn Michaels. He's the Bret Hart. Hey, he's the, well, I don't know, high energy. What was it? Was it really Coco Beware, or was it Owen Hart? You got to ask those kind of questions. But that's what this is now for me.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. But man, my man said Nikolai Volkov, man. Like,
yeah, but Boris Zukov was not the leader of the Bolsheviks, bro. Come on.
I mean, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I get you.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Bolsheviks. I'm not talking about Nikolai and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. No,
I'm just because the Bolsheviks is one of the toughest tag teams of all time to me. That's what I'm saying. Like,
hey, but Nikolai got the solo run.
Yeah, and that was terrible. Like, if you know, women, you know how people got on us. You know how when people got on us about Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Yep.
Like how they was Greg the Hammer Valentine. Hey, you guys don't know wrestling. You guys are young. You don't know no wrestling. Greg the Hammer. We didn't see the Greg the Hammer Valentine y'all saw.
Right.
Somebody's gonna have to tell me how great Nikolai Volkov was, because I ain't see it. I ain't see it when I looked at old footage. I ain't see it when I saw it when I was coming up. Nikolai Volkov, to me, seriously, was one of the worst wrestlers I've ever seen in my life. And the Bolsheviks is the worst tag team that I have ever seen in my life. The only matches that I ever saw the Bolsheviks win were jobber matches. And even then, I was like, yo, Iron Mike Shark and this other dude might win on Superstars. Like, can't nobody say, hey, but them Bolsheviks, like nobody. I think the Bolsheviks was the worst representation of Russia. If I was Gorbachev in the 80s, I would have been very pissed at Vince McMahon for saying, that's the tag team y'all got representing us?
Right.
Where's Nikita Koloff?
Right.
Where's Ivan? Where's Crusher Khrushchev? I know he's in Demolition, but no, bring him back. This who y'all got representing us? Don't come to Russia, Vince McMahon. If I was Mikhail Gorbachev, like, he was terrible in every which way, especially as a Bolshevik. When they put his ass with the $1 Million Corporation, that made that. Remember when we talked about last week about people making shit look worse or bad? Yeah. Nikolai Volkov being in the $1 Million Corporation made them look bad. They had that man in a fake vest with a dollar sign on there. They let his hair grow a little bit out. His hair grow out a little bit, and he was just out there taking pins. Nah, fam. That's why when you said Nikolai Volkov, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah. I have never in my life seen anything good in the ring with Nikolai Volkov. We gonna need Jonathan Hood to say, hey, man, he was in Mid-South. Nikolai Volkov from Mid-South. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Like, we gonna need that. Because there's nothing. I mean nothing. Y'all got on us about Greg Valentine.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I know anything past 1986, don't watch. You're not gonna enjoy Greg the Hammer Valentine. No. He broke what? Tito Santana leg. I shared a video in the First Black Champ group and him suplexing Pedro Morales. And Pedro Morales sold that bitch like he was about to die. Look, I get y'all on the Greg the Hammer Valentine, but there's one wrestler that y'all will never, ever say, hey, yo, go check out this match with such and so at this place in 1982. And you'll think differently. That's Nikita Koloff. He is the worst.
No, hey,
I would not pick him on a wrestling video game and try to take him to the championship. What is his finishing move? What is Nikita Koloff's finishing move? Somebody tell me. What was it?
Yeah, I have no idea what Nikolai Volkov's finisher was. I'm literally trying to think. I can't. I don't know if it was a hold or a slam or nothing. I literally don't know.
Was a bear hug? Was a headbutt?
Wildly enough, that might have been.
Was a shoulder breaker?
All things considered, I definitely do have Nikolai Volkov 2 tiers lower than Greg the Hammer Valentine, but I'm not budging on my Greg the Hammer Valentine take. Hey, because all that's happened in the last couple of years is the same 3 clips. Y'all better show me some shit that I ain't never seen.
See, Russ, talking about the standing backbreaker. Yeah, he's the worst. All right, he's the worst.
Backbreaker. They don't even have that move on 2K, do they?
Right.
They don't even have that. Like you can't even do that.
Like, you know who I thought Nikolai Volkov was? Frankenstein.
Oh God.
So if anybody try to come on here and watch this and be like, but Greg Hammer Valentine.
Yeah, no.
I'll be like, okay, I feel you. I get you. But if you come on here and say Nikita Koloff, like, y'all lying.
Yeah, you need to firmly get the fuck out of here. That's what
the truth ain't in you. And we're not talking about jobbers. We're talking about.
Hey, listen. Hold up. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Hey, Russ, you about to get people riled up. You about to get people riled up.
This is a PN News podcast.
Because off the rip, I got PN News on the tier with Greg Valentine. So I don't know what you.
But this is a PN News pod. Not saying that he was a great wrestler, because he wasn't. Yeah. But he was entertaining.
Exactly. Yo,
Tell
baby,
me,
yo, baby, yo.
Yeah, he was right. He was entertaining.
Yeah.
He had a finishing move where I knew. In fact, hey, look, to keep it a buck, Bronson Reed's finishing move is PN News.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
You just get on the top rope and just smack. Like, ain't no wasting time. Just
I promise on my life, I was about to say the exact same thing. So yeah,
Bronson Reed, PN News.
Yeah.
Finisher. The only thing that Bronson Reed don't do is yo baby, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
They too big ass minority splash of somebody. It's the same shit. Same shit, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, you damn
And the
right.
thing is, I'm not a fan of his wrestling, but he was entertaining to me because he was one of the fat boys, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, man, Prince Marky D. Prince Marky D out here wrestling. Yo, baby, yo. He got the little cute chicks walking down the ring with him saying, yo, baby, trying to rap. Come up in the place, it's PN News. And that was entertaining to me at 9. All right.
Yeah,
you know who was not entertaining to me at 9? Nikolai Volkov. There's nothing.
Nothing ever at all.
There's nothing. Did you want to know who Nikita Koloff is? He's
man.
Like, that's the clumsiest. Look, we could go on the whole. I digress. We just went on a rant and that thing. But Nikita Koloff is the worst, fam. It's nothing. I have not seen a match where I was just like, hey man, that was an entertaining battle.
Right. Yeah, said no one.
Now, with the AJ Styles thing, now we start the retirement tour.
Okay.
And I feel like we're going to get AJ Styles and Gunther. We know how that's going in.
Yeah.
if we just using Gunther to retire everybody. And he ain't win. AJ Styles ain't winning this feud. But I saw something on the internet. I don't know if it was is accurate or not.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that AJ Styles will, by the end of his tenure with the WWE, wrestled more matches with the WWE than he did with TNA, which caught me by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff that would even be mentioned. When you think of AJ Styles, now I know this is probably a deeper discussion as we get to the end,
mm-hmm.
but being that we're starting the retirement tour for AJ Styles,
mm-hmm.
how do you equate his WWE run with his TNA run? Now, before we go any further, he is TNA. He's Mr. TNA. He's the face that
mm-hmm.
ran that place.
Mm-hmm.
And we get it. But TNA was also on Fox and TNN and all those stuff. And,
right.
You know, while he was there, they eventually became number two. But, you know, a lot of shit going on. Jeff Jarrett. Mm-hmm. And then you got the WWE cats come up in there. You got him with Fortune and Rick. How do you look at his WWE run compared to his TNA run?
So this is difficult because I think everybody's opinion will be skewed based on how much you love or hate the WWE. Because I like a lot of what you said and how, although he was the face that ran that place, and I think his TNA run should always be heralded high and respected. Even to this day, though, people tend to associate all of the WWE or WCW legends that end up going over there to, quote, keep the lights on as far as the entertainment value, as far as the box office appeal, as far as the ticket sales. And so I look at that, and then I look at AJ Styles' debut Royal Rumble and what that meant moving forward. And how at that stage in his career, nobody could play in AJ's face like he wouldn't one of the greats, like already. And literally, I think what we saw the last one is 2026. So it's about 10 years. If what was that, the 20? I forget what Royal Rumble that was.
I think it was the 2016 Rumble.
26, yeah. So I look at that, and I look at the aspect of AJ Styles showed up as a household name. He showed up as a household wrestling name, a wrestling household name. Like if you have a wrestling house, AJ Styles' name was in your house. Maybe not for the casual fans, but and even though obviously wear and tear on the body, he wasn't the same young kid trying to make a name for himself that he was in TNA. I think that we as a collective had enough flashes of greatness that if we really looked at it, you could easily say that AJ Styles' run in the WWE rivals, if not is a lot better. Well, not a lot better. I'm sorry. Rivals or is not better than his TNA run, only because after all of those matches, after all the things that he did in TNA, people were like, man, but like wait in 5 years, or wait when he get a chance to do this, or he's better than John Cena right now. If they were to ever do this, this would happen. And we didn't get to see it in that 2004 real time, 2003, 2005. We didn't get to see it in that real time, but I do think that everything that AJ brought to the WWE, especially in those first, I'll say 3 to 4 years, like that was a hell of a run if we really like look at it with the correct lens. And I think depending on how you feel about the WWE will affect that.
You know how much Vince McMahon had to love AJ Styles? He let him go over on John Cena.
Twice.
His first night in the WWE, he gave him a humongous rub at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, you could say that AJ Styles had the better matches in TNA. You can. But in the grand scheme of things, do cats really care about his matches with Christopher Daniels? Pure wrestling fans do. The one of the greatest matches I've ever seen is him, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe. Bar none. But if a tree falls in the forest, do you hear it? You have all-timers with John Cena. And that's why I'm a stick at. I'm not gonna go no further than that. Here's why. Because the guy that went to TNA and made a name for himself went over against the GOAT in the GOAT's home. Vince McMahon don't do that.
Yeah.
We was talking about Sting last week and how Russ was talking about, hey, Sting should have went over on. He let AJ Styles do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it shows me how and AJ Styles is a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Like AJ Styles ain't 6'5", 280.
Yeah.
He ain't Goldberg. When you look at people who made a name for themselves in another organization and came to the WWE, this is past the golden era. So let's take it to 95. Let's go 95. Tell me a wrestler outside of Goldberg and AJ Styles who made their name in another organization and had the success that they had with the WWE.
If to really I don't my instant thought was Booker T, but that's the only one though.
He's literally the only one.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Quite honestly, AJ Styles is more successful than Booker T.
Yeah. Yeah.
The better WWE career is clearly AJ Styles.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Goldberg and AJ Styles, singles competitors. Goldberg and AJ Styles has had more success than anybody that was a name that came from another organization that you was excited about. The only other group of people that we can throw in this is the Dudley Boys.
Oh, damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah.
That's the Dudley Boys, Goldberg, AJ Styles, and we could put Booker T in there. To me, is the Mount Rushmore of people who were icons or stars where they were at, then came over to the WWE and kept it going. And was wildly successful.
Yeah, I see why I definitely see the asterisk now with Booker T, because he definitely became the bigger star, but he didn't really run WCW. He was just like a cornerstone of WCW. So no, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm with you.
So for AJ to get what he got in the WWE, yo, look, I have to put his WWE time over his TNA time. At the same time, he needs to. This ain't a guarantee. This is a guarantee hope. And this guarantee hope only happens because of what we saw last year. I really hope that the WWE allows AJ Styles to win the TNA championship at WrestleMania. I think that combining his WWE time with his TNA time, putting that TNA belt, since they got the partnership, on a large platform, and him being able to win it there, I think would be dope. It actually goes into also a question that I have a little bit later. But AJ Styles winning the TNA championship at WrestleMania, to me, would be amazing.
That would be cool.
Side note, just had to throw this out here. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who've been up a long time, because Wrestle Kingdom was in American time this morning.
Okay.
Tanahashi lost his last match to Okada. Are y'all gonna be up in arms like y'all was with John Cena losing to Gunther? I'm gonna watch it once it gets on my joint. I'm gonna watch it. But
I got a question about that. Just real quick. Do you think that the real problem with John Cena losing his last match is the marketing, I'll say, of him being the greatest of all time?
Nope.
Okay.
I think it's just nostalgia.
Okay.
It's the never give up nostalgia. And sometimes you just don't want your heroes to lose. And Russ, hey man, don't play. Hey, we might not talk about it much, but don't you play with New Japan Pro Wrestling, Jack.
Never.
You know what I noticed, fam? Like, as much as I loved the WWE and as much as I loved WCW, ECW, TNA, I love wrestling. I sometimes try to hold it down for those organizations outside of America, because man, you talking about somebody that was like, I did not know Bernie Mac had a TV show.
Yeah.
On HBO. I sent you that joint. And and knowing that the year it came out, I was probably watching AAA. Like I was probably watching Lucha Libre. I ain't give a shit about like Bernie Mac in 1985. When that thing, okay. But yeah, I was watching Mexican wrestling. I was watching Negro Casas. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Negro Casas. Let's move on. So wait a minute, hold on.
Wait, it's Black House, ain't it?
Yeah, Black Houses. Yeah.
Okay.
As a wrestler, Negro Casas. He was actually at one of the WWE joints in Mexico. Like, he was in the crowd. So, before, got to throw this out here. It's not necessarily a be knowing moment, but Camp from the Port was telling us how he was pissed at the WWE with Zack Ryder being in the tournament instead of Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona debuts on the WWE main roster.
Yeah.
He debuted on the WWE main roster. They had the Zack Ryder on the Tron, and then it disappeared. And then it was Matt Cardona, and he is officially in the I keep trying to word this right.
Okay.
I'm going to say Matt Cardona officially debuted on WWE main roster television because he did wrestle in NXT as Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Matt Cardona returns to the WWE because Zack Ryder was his character.
Right.
So I'm going to say Matt Cardona debuted on WWE television, getting a win. What do you feel like the future is for Matt Cardona? And what would you do with Pauls? What would you do if you was running creative with Matt Cardona?
Man, so this is tricky. This is tricky in the WWE because everything about the Matt Cardona resume says that we should be priming and prepping him for a feud that will end. For a feud with Cody Rhodes in like the spring of 26. Everything about his resume outside of the WWE says that. However, in the WWE, we got to make a decision on if we fuck with Matt Cardona or LA Knight.
Yeah.
Because they're damn near the same wrestler. They're damn near the same wrestler, but LA Knight is just so much more over with the fans. So, man, and I don't mean it as a slight. Hey, listen, this is one of the only shows that exists in wrestling podcasting, just world, universe, if you will, that had one person say, hey, this LA Knight guy, if they do it right.
Yeah, let me just say it. Camp from the Port is the only person that I know that when LA Knight was in NWA, he was like, yo, this LA Knight, there's two people that he will get that from me, and that is LA Knight, and Ricky Starks. Yeah. Now, Ricky Saints. He is the one, while they was in NWA, was there early before anybody was talking about them on a regular basis.
Yeah. So I was when I watched NWA Power and I saw Eli Drake and I was like, yo, we got something here. Much like I'm on Thrill Billy, Silas, my guy Silas. I'm just throwing it out there. But man, it's Cody Rhodes, if he's going to keep the title, then I want to see Cody Rhodes go on the dude bro run, right? So you gotta face LA Knight, you gotta face Matt Cardona, like all the dude bros. Hey, Austin Theory, he's another dude bro. Let's see with the division. You know what I'm saying? Like, get him against all the dude bros. Bron Breakker's the king of the dude bros. And if he's not gonna beat CM Punk, then I need to see Cody Rhodes versus Bron Breakker. But I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, and pops are everything. And I think you put me onto that years ago on this show. And the pop for Zack Ryder was a little less than the pop for Matt Cardona. But I think for me, I'm getting the education on just how indie he was and how much superstar he isn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah, to me, pops are not everything, because it's almost like pops to me is like records that come out on Tuesday and you get the Billboard numbers and you see it was the #1 album in the country or movies. Mm-hmm. When you see that this is the #1 movie in America. But then the next week it drops dramatically.
Yeah.
Or that TV show that was so anticipated, and you getting ads all summer and summer long. Mm-hmm. The new fall schedule. And we got this TV show coming with this actor, and then everybody watches it the first night. But then that second night, it plummets, and then it plummets after that, and then you only see it for 9 episodes. That's what I don't hope happens, or that's what I hope it don't happens to Matt Cardona.
Right.
I hope Matt Cardona, I'm not saying he's going to be a world champion, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not. And Pat, I do believe in God.
Yes.
Believe in God, Pat. I don't feel like he's going to be a world champion. Like, he's not going to do that. We're not going to be like Matt Cardona versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship, at Backlash. No, we're not going to do that. But, there you go. Amen. See, there you go, Pat.
It's following WB.
Yeah, so, but what I do feel like is that, you know what I feel, Camp? Let's go back to the Usos. What did I say last week that my concern was? Do you remember what I said last week about my concern about the Usos?
Oh,
If
man.
you put the championship on them early?
No, you know what? No, go ahead, run it back. I think I remember. I want to get it super wrong.
Who they gonna wrestle after you won the championship? After you take the championship off of Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, who you gonna wrestle? Now, Finn Balor said he trying to bring the title back to the Judgment Day, so JD McDonough hurt. That's gone.
Yeah.
You raised an interesting thought with the Street Profits, because I would love to see the Street Profits versus the Usos. But guess what? I would not be surprised we get.
Oh, them versus the War Raiders, the War Viking experience rating. Oh, okay.
No. The Usos versus LA Knight, and Matt Cardona.
Hey, man, dude, bros. Like what was my man? The Hype Bros.
It ain't gonna be here.
The remix Hype Bros.
I think I would not be shocked or surprised that come WrestleMania, we got to put LA Knight on this card. We got to put Matt Cardona on this card. Usos got the championship. I would not be surprised if it's Matt Cardona and LA Knight, versus the Usos for the World Tag Team Championships.
Man,
you said it. At this point in time, LA Knight and Matt Cardona is the same person. And who wrestled who during the John Cena tournament? Matt Cardona and LA Knight.
Yeah.
What is it for Matt Cardona to do, and what is it for LA Knight to do? Nothing at this point. Spoiler alert, LA Knight is going to be on one of my picks for 2026. You'll find out when in a little bit. But there's nothing, and I mean nothing, for either of those two to do at this point. And as you said, they're similar. Let's put them together. How to win the tag team championships. They could win it on Raw. I don't even know the champ on SmackDown.
The 6.
Oh, yeah, the white. Oh, they ain't beating them.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Matt Cardona and LA Knight versus the crazy white folks. LA Knight, Matt Cardona versus the Usos. Jay Uso and LA Knight don't like each other. Matt Cardona like, I got you, bro. Jimmy Uso like, I got you, bro. I don't want to see Jimmy versus Jay Uso part 2.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see LA Knight versus Matt Cardona part 2.
Yeah.
Put them together. Wrestle for the tag team championships. Do that.
Man, it's unfortunately like this is. I mean, unfortunately they are two sides of the same wrestler. That's this is interesting.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I'll say that. And hey man, best of blessings to both of those brothers, man. That's what I got. That's what I got.
Yeah. All
because,
right.
I mean, maybe if they had Cardona on Raw, I'd feel differently. But both on SmackDown. Oh wait, no. LA Knight is on Raw. Maybe that might. I don't know. They might recalibrate because the transfer portal. I don't know. I'll stick to what I said. Best of blessings to both of y'all. We hope you're doing the best decision for your family, even if your career don't get to where we think it should go.
Yeah. All right, let's get to 2026. It is starting off hot. Yeah. Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, 3 stages of hell match. And I feel like I kind of predicted this last week. The first stage will be a standard wrestling match. The second match will be a falls count anywhere match, which feels like it's still going to be happening in the ring.
For sure.
Because the third match is a cage match.
Yeah.
You can't lower the cage in the middle of in the crowd. So I feel like they're going to fight in the crowd, but the pin is going to happen there. And the third will be a cage match. So I'll start off, Kent, just to get this out the way.
Let's do it.
Cody Rhodes will win the standard wrestling match.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre will win the falls count anywhere match.
Okay.
And this is my guarantee. My first of 2026. The winner of the undisputed title and new world undisputed champion will be Drew McIntyre. Now, Bobby, we are on the same page. If Drew does not win, he is the Kevin Owens version of this feud. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that they're going to need a shock to happen on Netflix or the USA Network. And it's not like Cody can't get that belt back at the Royal Rumble. But I do believe that Drew McIntyre will win the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship in Berlin. The same place that he has been jagged. I think Drew McIntyre is going to they can't bring him to Berlin and have him lose that title match again. I think that would be worse than him just losing to Cody all of these times. They're going to be in Berlin. I am going to give my first guarantee that Drew McIntyre walks out of that arena the world champion.
You know, when we closed the year out, the year being 2025, I didn't really give Drew McIntyre a shot and was wondering, like, what is he going to do after he loses this feud? But then I watched him burn the picture of Cody and his daddy, Dusty Rhodes, in the middle of the ring and take his time burning it in his face. And the fact that Cody Rhodes was just like over emotional, but he didn't try to like spit in his face. and because Drew McIntyre didn't like try to slap the shit out of him or try to claymore him while his hands were like held back and his arms were held. I was like, you know what? I think Drew McIntyre gonna win this match. Because that was a super villain move. It was a super villain move. We're gonna burn the picture of you and your dad when you first got here. Matter of fact, they were about to set the segment where Randy Orton was about to slap your daddy in the face right in front of you. You ain't gonna do shit. I'm burning that picture.
Yeah.
And they did it. And that just made me think. I was like, wait a minute now. And thank you for hipping me, because I didn't realize where SmackDown was going to be on the 9th. I didn't realize that. So, yeah, man. Listen. A great shock to the system, because I unfortunately got Raw going a couple different ways now. I also think that Drew McIntyre is going to win this match. I think he's going to win this match. And not just because it's long overdue for him to win the title, because he's been raising hell. He's been beating everybody. And he's been taking some uncharacteristic L's. So this is the time for him to at least get that moment of like, you know what? No, this is my receipt. So I don't think you're wrong at all. I got Drew McIntyre winning this match as well. And it's literally, I changed my mind after the segment on SmackDown. I was well prepared to come in here and say, nah, I don't see it happening. But after the SmackDown segment, nah, I gotta change my mind.
And he picked the stipulation.
Yeah.
So this would be like his third time, I think, going to Berlin and losing. Second or third. I don't see the WWE doing this to him twice in Berlin. I could see if this match was anywhere else, I would not pick Drew McIntyre to go over on Cody Rhodes. But the fact that it's in Berlin and he's already wrestled at the Bash at Berlin and didn't win. And maybe I'm forgetting some. I might not. But didn't he wrestle Didn't he wrestle Sheamus and didn't win in Berlin or overseas?
Yeah, I want to say it had to have been Sheamus because that was after CM Punk, wasn't it?
Yeah, I picking Drew because I can't see them doing this to him in Germany again.
Yeah. Hey, and Damien, to answer your question, if he does win, why the hell should we give a damn now? That's literally why. So we'll give a damn. Like that's the conundrum that we're in, because check this out. Do you care more if Cody just beats Drew McIntyre again?
No,
or do you care if Drew finally beats Cody Rhodes?
I care if Drew finally beats Cody Rhodes. It's like, damn, about goddamn time, y'all pulled the trigger. You pulled it in not his hometown, but you did it in Europe. Mm-hmm. This is a good opportunity to do it. And you still got the Royal Rumble coming. He can lose it there. In fact, let me ask you, and I'll let this go in the chat. Mm-hmm. Cody Rhodes wins next Friday. The Royal Rumble is coming out in February. Who does Cody Rhodes wrestle? If Drew McIntyre loses, it's definitely going to be that. I could see Cody Rhodes losing, taking 2 weeks off, and then saying, yo, I want my rematch at Royal Rumble. If Cody Rhodes wins, who does Cody Rhodes wrestle at the Royal Rumble for the Undisputed Championship? Mm-hmm. What, Damien Priest?
That would be the only logical pick for me.
That would be it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the Randy thing is going to happen then. Randy said he's wrestling for it. He wants a title shot.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, no, not that fast. Hey, listen, and because that's disrespect. That's disrespect. Randy Orton, listen, I don't know how long everybody's been watching wrestling, and even though he would deserve it, quote unquote, you need way more build up. You need way more promo. You need way more special tier for Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Everything about their story, do not try to tell me that shit in 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
That's disrespect.
I actually think it's more likely than not to see Randy Orton in. I think. Well, this is how I would put together the Randy Orton story. Randy Orton puts him on notice. Is already on notice. Hey, I've been focusing on other shit, but hey, we gonna see each other about that title soon. I bet. I don't think that happens at the Royal Rumble because I think that Randy Orton enters the Royal Rumble to try to get the shot at Cody at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Because he feels that Cody versus Orton is best suited at WrestleMania.
For sure.
He does not win the Royal Rumble, but he gets a shot at the title at Elimination Chamber. Mm-hmm. I think Cody versus Orton happens after WrestleMania. Here's a guarantee that I'll throw out there early. Might not happen, but I'll throw it out there. Mm-hmm. The first episode of Raw after WrestleMania, Orton turns heel on Cody Rhodes.
Mm. Okay. Not mad at that.
Because I don't think Cody Rhodes is losing the belt at WrestleMania. Mm. Let me just say, I don't think he's going to lose that belt at WrestleMania. I think it's I think it's probably more likely to be Cody versus Roman 3. Mm. And Cody wins. He wins the rubber match. And the next night on Raw, boom, I kind of let y'all in on who I think is going to win the Royal Rumble too. But but I do believe that Cody wins, and at the night after the Raw after WrestleMania, Orton turns on Cody. He turns heel. Because here's my thought to this. You can't have Cody versus you can't have Cody versus Randy Keith Orton with both of them being faces.
Oh, for sure not.
So something has to happen in order for Orton to truly become a heel. And if that is the case, Orton has to turn heel. Unless he's going to turn heel on Friday, which I don't think is going to happen. No. I think it's more likely than not that Orton turns heel the night after WrestleMania, and that's when we get Orton versus Cody. And oddly enough, Cody loses the belt to Orton. Because what is the next step for Randall Keith Orton when it comes to the title picture? He was won by
15 times.
So that's my thought there. What do you feel like, however, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre? Are you going to stick with me? No, I just want to make it official. You stick with me, Drew McIntyre. You're new.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm rolling. I'm rolling, and the only deviation I have is that maybe he keeps it till Elimination Chamber. I don't have him winning and then turning right around and losing. I do not have that, because there has to be a run that keeps Drew McIntyre in the picture around SummerSlam, and I don't think you do that for the guy that wins and holds it for 2 or 3 weeks and then drops it again. I don't believe that happens. And,
so you're saying Cody loses on the 9th.
Yep.
He loses at Royal Rumble, and now we're saying, how does Cody Rhodes get to WrestleMania?
Yep. That's the story. We've already spent the back-to-back, I'm going to WrestleMania, no doubt. So now it's looking like, okay, maybe Cody's off his game. Maybe Cody is part-time. Maybe he's out of gas. He doesn't he couldn't hold on to the title long enough. And now, just like the first Black Champ podcast told you first, we finally got the fuck you and your daddy feud. We finally got it. And now he's gonna lose. So now, what does Cody Rhodes do? What does QB1 do when you can't cry about you and your daddy and your dreams? You're healthy. Seth Rollins ain't here. You beat Roman Reigns twice, but yet you still ain't at WrestleMania. Now what's motivating you to get to WrestleMania? Now what's that story? Because people could say, Royal Rumble, yeah, but you won twice, but hey, oh well. Now what are you gonna do? And that's the thing now. How does Cody get to WrestleMania? It's a better story than the how will John Cena get to WrestleMania when he got squashed by the Undertaker from the audience.
Yeah.
Like, it's a better story than that, but that I do believe that is now Cody Rhodes' story. How do I get to WrestleMania?
Well, we will see. And we'll talk about Trick Williams and his SmackDown debut a little bit later. Bron Breakker, CM Punk on Monday. Netflix, 1 year anniversary of Netflix and the WWE. Bron Breakker out there talking, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
He's a better talker than his daddy and his uncle.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, speaking of what we talked about last week too, and I was laughing about that yesterday, about tag team, like members of tag teams that we don't want to see in a singles match. Nikolai Volkov, he's number 1 on that list. I didn't want to see him or Boris Zukov. What was that, WrestleMania 5 or 6? when it was Boris Zukov versus Nikolai Volkov. Why?
Yeah.
Like, why? That's like that. Y'all didn't even
break up, man.
Yeah, like y'all didn't do that with Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Like y'all didn't say Marty Jannetty versus Shawn Michaels. Y'all did it like, what was it? The Soviet Union collide? Like, not the Mega Powers, but the Nikolai Volkov. Sorry, he's the worst wrestler. Like, there's not a lot of wrestlers on this list that weren't quote unquote jobbers.
Right.
But yeah, Nikolai Volkov is the worst. And he's a person in the tag team that's like, I want to see him wrestle. Like, he's probably number one on that list. Like, he's number with a bullet.
Fair.
Like, with a bullet.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But Bron Breakker out here talking. Mm-hmm. He going back and forth with Punk. Mm-hmm. Hey, man. Does it feel like Bron Breakker has put himself in a must-win situation? Like, when you look at this, did this go from, they ain't going to give him a shot. He ain't going to win it, though, but it's going to be good to see Bron Breakker in the title match. Did he go from that to, he got to go over on CM Punk? Kevin Nash out here talking shit about CM Punk because he out here wearing shirts while he wrestled.
Yeah.
And stuff like, does Bron Breakker got to win?
Does Bron Breakker got to win? No. Is now the rest of the wrestling world on the page? I think we put them on September, October. Yes, I believe that. Hey, look, here's my prediction mixed with my guarantee. I got CM Punk winning this match, and wildly enough, I got him winning by like DQ. I don't see a clean loss for Bron Breakker. I don't see that happening, and that may not be super sexy for the first for the 1 year anniversary of Netflix on Raw, but maybe something bigger is going to happen. But again, I am absolutely stamping my guarantee now. Now I'm stamping it and I'm adding sauce on it. Bron Breakker is going to main event night one of WrestleMania, and he is going to leave the world champion or the WWE champion. It don't even matter. Whatever title that is available for him to fight for, Bron Breakker will leave night one of WrestleMania as the champion. That's it. I am stamping it now because this has been great. I don't think anybody expected him to be that good on his own with the flip of a switch. If you even look at Paul Heyman's face during that promo 2 weeks ago, he was like, oh, wait, why am I here? I don't got to say anything now. This kid has officially got it. And why I'm picking CM Punk? Let's rewind. Receipts and payoffs are real in wrestling. That Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Hell in a Cell match arguably might go down as one of the best matches of this decade, let alone that year. This is the payoff. Drew and Punk being world champs, face champ, got your heel champ, got a strong champ for Raw, got a strong champ for SmackDown. That's the payoff. That's what I'm calling. And that's why I'm putting it the way I'm putting it. So you give them the first quarter. But when that second quarter comes, hey, and even if it's Bron Breakker versus CM Punk again, I got CM Punk getting his ass beat in his first solo main event match at WrestleMania against Bron Breakker. Because I don't think we've seen any of that coming. And I don't think that they prepared for Bron Breakker to be that good. And now it's almost to the point where like, oh, what do you do now when WrestleMania is on the line and not just your first world title is on the line?
I do believe that they've put Bron Breakker in the position where he got to win on Monday for various reasons. One, I'm going to say what I said last week. Again, there's no reason for Austin Theory to be in the Vision. It's not. Sorry, y'all. There's no reason. It's just terrible. So that's one. So now I think you've dampened the Vision. 2, I look at the Vision now like I did when Seth Rollins was there. Which is why I'm going to say that CM Punk is going to win. It's not going to be a clean win because Seth Rollins is going to cost Bron Breakker the championship. I'm not saying Seth Rollins going to be there. His music might come on and the crowd go wild and Bron Breakker gets distracted and then CM Punk gets the win. But that, if that happens, is going to turn the Bron Breakker into the monster that we want to see. And I would not be surprised if Bron Breakker is your 2026 Royal Rumble winner. But I believe that CM Punk wins through some chicanery, keeps the belt, and Bron goes nuts. And he turns into a version of his uncle and his daddy. An uncontrollable dog. An uncontrollable pit bull that Paul Heyman don't know who you gonna get from 1 minute to another. I just think that when you look at the Vision ain't strong enough to have a champion in it just yet.
No facts.
Because when you look at these factions, you have to look at these factions from an ability of, they run the show. Now, I don't think that the Vision run Raw yet. Now, maybe Bronson Reed and Austin Theory are your future tag team champions. I don't think that's the case. Maybe it's Logan Paul and Austin Theory, but I don't think outside of Bronson Reed, nobody is strong enough to really be credible for a group. So there's that piece. But I do believe that Seth Rollins will be involved in some way, shape, or form in Bron Breakker losing. That could simply be his music plays. And Man Road to I got Shakur Stevenson versus Teo. I think Teo is overrated. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Who you got?
Oh, wait, run that back again. I'm sorry, Kabuki Warriors. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, the girls have been fighting for like 2 months.
Yeah, the Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors.
Everything about this says Rhea and Io. It just why put them together for this long and do this many times? Now Kyrie's saying finisher ain't even working. yeah, Rhea and Io. Not that I'm ever mad at that, but it's just like they really could have did this on SmackDown.
Yeah. I got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky as well. Becky Lynch and surprisingly an engaging feud with Maxine Dupree.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that one?
I got Maxine. I got Maxine Dupree. I don't like this version of Becky Lynch. And that's
this Donald Trump version.
Yeah, and I don't need to say more than that. I just don't like this version.
I don't either, and I tried to like it, but I'm straight on it, and shouts out to Maxine Dupree. I just want to say shouts out to Maxine Dupree. Hey, Tyler Helton World says, look, I love any pro wrestling promotion hot take. I have the same problem with Deaf Riders and AEW and Daniel Garcia like Austin Theory. Yeah, Daniel Garcia don't need to. What? Thank you, Tyler. What is the point of Daniel Garcia being in the Deaf Riders? First of all, he's a minority. And I stand on it. We've been saying this anytime somebody mentioned the Deaf Riders. This is American History X. Why is Daniel Garcia there? No,
so they can avoid being called American History X. That's why.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, let's get to the 2026 predictions before we get out of here. First question for you is, will TNA overtake AEW as the second promotion? TNA will start on AMC television on January the 15th. So, first of all, that's big for them to have a cable deal, but it's also big for AMC, the channel that we was used to seeing old Westerns. Mm-hmm. And we was used to seeing like old television shows.
You can see Gunsmoke on there.
And you see Gunsmoke on this joint back in our day. Now you get to see like, I think Breaking Bad was on AMC, but like you get this what else? A couple other shows. That's some other shit. No, but now you got a lot of TV shows. They got Shudder. They got the horror channel. So this is, Shudder is AMC. So this is big for not only TNA, but this is big for AMC. To have wrestling on there. And there's a lot of people, including TNA, that believes they could compete with AEW as being the second promotion. Now, and Shawn Michaels and NXT might have something to say about that. But what are your thoughts?
Depending on how much AJ Styles burn they get, yes. If not, I'm going to give AEW the respect of the people that they have. I'm going to give them the respect of their roster to say that not quite yet. However, I mean, listen, if I was TNA with the affiliations that I have, and knowing that AJ Styles is going to retire, I'm milking it. I'm going to milk the clock. I'm going to do whatever I can. We're going to book blockbuster shit as much as we can. So is it highly possible? Yes. But I'm gonna give that's the caveat. Where does AJ Styles go in 2026? I think that answers that question.
I think now more than ever with TNA, AEW, and when you add NXT into it, I am happy to see that there's multiple organizations that's competing right now. As I've said on this podcast before, I'll say it again. The WWE is not the WWE no more. It's TKO. TKO. So I believe that TKO looks at WWE as the ESPN of wrestling. So I don't think that they look at them in the same tier as their own promotion, NXT, along with TNA and AEW. So I think there's a lot of room between all of those three, even if you add NWA into the fold, because I expect one of your breakout stars to be somebody from NWA. So I feel like that there's definitely a possibility. It's really dependent on how AMC does when it comes to wrestling. That we're used to seeing critically acclaimed programming on this channel. Now we get to see wrestling. So we're going to see how they push and promote this product and how the WWE will help them with that. Surprise returns. It is already looks like that Chris Jericho is going to be in the WWE soon. If you listen to Jonathan Coachman, it's not going to be Monday. But we don't know. But Chris Jericho looks like he's going to sign with the WWE for his retirement tour, whatever. But could you see any surprise returns? Or do you feel like it's somebody that can, I won't necessarily say break out, but somebody who was probably popping that ain't popping no more that you can see get that push?
Well, first, I want to say, see, this is why your first question about AEW versus TNA is a thing. Because Chris Jericho in all of his glory since the pandemic has been with AEW, but now that he's planning to retire, he's leaving to go to the WWE. See, this is the problem. And Tony, maybe this is a problem that you need to fix somehow. Because, listen, see, this makes the Sting thing look bad. Sorry, I'm sidetracked on all of this, but that's a problem. But let me answer. I'm sorry. Repeat your question. I had to say that, but repeat your question to me so I can answer your question.
Is there anybody that can make a surprise return to an organization, or somebody who has not been good that makes a surprise jump back into the top of the card or popping?
No. Wrestling is not set up that way this year. Right? Like wrestling's not set up that way. You'd have to, the young talent is so abundant that everybody that's young talent ain't even getting their shine. Like, we're thankful that they finally hit the switch on Carmelo Hayes. Now, you think about how we were talking about Carmelo Hayes just 3 years ago. So with that said, ain't no come here and now you hit. Like, like we can't do that. It's not it's like wrestling is just not set up that way. Not even for the women. There's legit every weight class, every tenure, every organization. There's 7 people in the way. Like legit. There's 7 people legit in your way, and that's counting your champions. So I don't see it going quite that way for anybody.
It depends on how things go. I think her contract runs out in late 2026. I saw on the internet. But depending how things lay out, and if it does lay out that contract could end and she could pop up on AEW television, Bayley to AEW.
Oh, you meant just anywhere.
I would not be shocked by end of 2026, early 2027. Bayley is not with the WWE, and she would be in AEW with her friend.
Yes. Okay. But I'm going to stand on my answer because, again, look where Chris Jericho is going to end his career. Like, there is something to be said because, like, this is where wrestling is different from the NBA and the NFL and the MLB. This is where it's different because Chris Jericho retiring to wrestling fans is an extremely big deal. Much like Sting retiring was a very big deal. John Cena, AJ Styles, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, all these people, all these names that we're naming, it's a very big deal when they decide to retire. And yes, it makes sense to retire where you might have had your greatest run or your biggest success or whatever the issue may be. That does make sense. But when you are a company like AEW, which is now in its 6th year, and they are trying to get over the hump. And much like, again, First Black Champ Podcast told you first, they were never competing with the E, and especially not day one. And we were saying, give them about 5 years to see what kind of conversation that we can have. And now we're having the conversation about how can TNA overtake them with the sign of a pin for this year. If Bayley can come in and make a splash, but is it the splash that's necessary when you got a bona fide legend not even willing to retire there?
So it's a couple of things to that, and this is where I disagree with you at. Mm-hmm. The reason why I disagree with you, because I think that those two things don't match each other. Bayley going over there is Bayley being able to go wrestle against different women in the WWE and be more at the top of the card. Now, to your point from the Chris Jericho thing, it goes to what Ric Flair reportedly allegedly said about Sting winning his last match, because who he's going to go over. Yeah. I think that, and I've said this, I think that AEW has done a piss poor job at putting and keeping people over. I think they've done with the way that they move things around so quickly with booking. Why would you have somebody lose to Sting? But for Bayley to go over there with her friend, and here's the thing that people don't realize about Bayley. Bayley ain't loyal. Like, everybody is loyal to the paycheck that they get. But Bayley be everywhere. Bayley be outside, fam. Bayley go visit AEW. Bayley be visiting NW. Bayley just did an event that invited women across all areas to train and have some coaching sessions and all of that. Bayley likes wrestling.
Yeah.
And if Bayley sees about not only her best friend in this business, but other people, that she gonna slide over that. So I could, that's what I said, I can see Bayley, when her contract runs out, go over there. Because she could come back. That's the other thing, and depending on how old y'all are, y'all don't remember those days where, hey, Owen Hart was in WCW for 2 matches. I remember seeing it on World Championship Wrestling. You see people go back and forth. I like that. I can't wait for the day when I'm like, oh shit, he signed over there. Oh shit, he came back. So, and not just big names, so I'm with that. Breakout star outside of WWE, AEW. So this could be NXT, this could be TNA, this could be NWA, this could be AAA. Breakout star for 2026.
Breakout star, and so now, is there any like caveats to that, like no main events, no title matches, no
caveats? Who you think would be a breakout star? Well, outside of AEW, WWE, so no caveats to this.
Okay. Man, I don't know. I'll be honest. I mean, granted, I'm a tad out the loop the last 8 to 12 weeks. I've been a tad out the loop, so I don't want to give.
I'll do it for you, Thrill Billy.
Oh, okay. So we can't count my mans.
Yeah, I said outside of WWE, AEW.
Okay, yeah. No, hey, man, Silas, Thrill Billy. Yeah. Hey, that's been my pick forever now. Yeah, Silas Mason. I'll go Silas Mason, Thrill Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, like I can see him being in another organization after this year. I think he's gonna. I think there's some people that I think that's gonna have one of those years in some of these smaller organizations, or like TNA, that's going to move up. Kobe Carino, and there's a couple of other people in New Japan. I forgot my man's name that quick. Clark Connors. Clark Connors is somebody, whether it's an NXT or an AEW, like that I think could have a big 2026 and have a breakout year and stuff like that. So that's Clark Connors' name. Oh, and David Finlay. David Finlay, his contract is up as well. Finley's son. So I want to see, and Leon Slater is another one in TNA. He's actually wrestling for the NXT Championship. So he's another one. But I don't like to keep it away from the family. I'll pick David Finlay. I'll pick David Finlay, whether it's an NXT or whether it is an AEW. I expect him to have a big 2026. Now, who will be the breakout star 2026? They must not have won a title. So you can't pick Carmelo Hayes. He won the United States Championship. Right. You can't pick some of these people because they've won championships and things of that nature. They must not have won a championship.
Damn. Because even Javon Evans has won something. So, oh man, this is tough.
Well, actually, no, he didn't. I just thought about it. Javon Evans has not won the tag team championship. He's not won the North American championship. He's not won the world championship.
Oh, well then, yeah. Again, I mean, we had the segment about them last week. So yeah, no. If the young OG, if Javon Evans hasn't won anything, I don't know why I thought he won I don't know. Maybe he was just competing for it and lost. But I do think breakout year again. Even though I said he could end up being like Evan Bourne. Evan Bourne had a really good year. He had a really great year. And the breakout year doesn't mean that you're automatically slated for ultimate success. So yeah, all the stars are aligning for Javon Evans to have a hell of a 2026. So yeah, I'll go that. Sorry, y'all, that might be the McDonald's large fry answer with the Sprite, but that's what I got.
And that's my pick, Javon Evans. Like that's my pick. Right there too. Who will fall off? I will start by saying LA Knight. Yeah. Perfect. I think calling the night. I told y'all early in the show what I think gonna happen, but call it a night for LA Knight. Yeah.
Damn it. When you said fall off, he kind of popped in my mind too. But I'm going to pick somebody else.
Last Legend did not win, and she's somebody that I thought about too, because she looked good on SmackDown again.
Oh, hey,
she's not looked bad on this main roster at all.
Yeah. Okay, so since you picked Javon and we understand that, no, I'm going Lash. Then I'm going Lash Legend, and that so we can have actual two. Yes, no, because Lash Legend be getting busy. So yes, no, absolutely, no. Fall off. Hey, look, I'm not trying to start no shit. I'm not trying to hot take my way through the year, but I'm picking Sami Zayn.
Ooh,
I'm picking Sami Zayn. Nah, because matter of fact, he said everything he said in this promo. Hey, I went from talking about wanting to be the world champ to now I want to do it. Well, son, you're not. You're not. So now what? You're not because Bron Breakker's in your way now. because Trick Williams is in your way now. Because Matt Cardona's come back and not a Zack Ryder now. Who else we got? Austin Theory has a pulse. Logan Paul is really great, even when he's not doing anything. AJ Styles is retiring. Your homie got to come back. Randy Orton's going for title 15. Yeah, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's going to fall. Dominic Mysterio exists. Yeah, I'm picking Sami Zayn.
Which leads to now, who would be your 2026 MVP?
2026 MVP. I got a toss up. Between Dominic Mysterio and Bron Breakker. I got a toss up between one of them because even though I don't see Dominic Mysterio having a very prominent role in WrestleMania, I don't think that he'll stop creating moments for the year of 2026. You don't see who? I don't see Dominic Mysterio having a major moment at WrestleMania,
nigga.
But I'm sorry, like major role as far as like main eventing. I'm sorry.
Dominic Mysterio is my pick. If we do not have, let me just say this now. Right. If there's not a mask and title with if there's not a mask and career versus hair and title match at WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, you failed, Paul. There needs to be a mask in career, Rey Mysterio hair and title Dominic Mysterio for the AAA Mega Championship at WrestleMania. And Dominic needs to go over. Retire your daddy. That alone will, for me, give Dominic Mysterio MVP of 2026.
Okay.
That is my pick.
No, as I was explaining, if I'm saying that Dominic is going to create more moments without the main event, then he's obviously the MVP. I was like, he may not main event, but he'll create the most moments. And if he's going to create the most moments, then he's the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have to main event for the title. You don't even have to win the title to create the most moments.
Because I'll say you now, I think Dominic Mysterio, barring health, will get one of those championship belts. I think in 2026, he's going to touch one of them belts. Might not have it long, but he's going to touch one of them.
Okay. Right.
Who you got as MVP?
I was a toss up between Bron and Dominic, but I'm gonna go moments and I'm gonna go Dom.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and make this segment quick. Y'all already know what it is. This is Do We Care? Real quick, let's start with Trick Williams. Trick Williams looked like he's going to feud in some way, shape, or form. Sami Zayn, do we care about the feud between Trick, Willie, and his Lemon Pepper Steppers and Sami Zayn?
I don't think we care about the feud. I think we cared about Trick Williams debuting.
I don't know if the crowd did because the crowd didn't necessarily pop. I don't know if it was the crowd or piped in, whooped that trick. But either way it go.
That's true. That's true.
But either way it goes, Sami Zayn can have a great match with a broomstick. So Trick Willie, get ready. Julia regained the United States Championship against Chelsea Green. Do we care?
No. No. Because Julia's not interesting.
There we go. And the last Do We Care is we saw Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, go up against Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship. He was there with his wife, but that's it. That was all. And then news came out that Tommaso Ciampa does not plan on renewing his WWE contract, so they're phasing him out of television. Do we care about Johnny Wrestling without Ciampa?
Hell no, we don't care. We don't never care about Johnny Wrestling without Tommaso Ciampa. Hey, listen, his best matches are with him and against him. So fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all that matters.
All right, hey, look, man. Said we was going to make that quick. Look, man, thank you all for tuning in to the first episode of the First Black Champ of 2026. This is going to be a great year. I am claiming it, not just for us professionally for this podcast, but personally. We are going to continue to give you all some great content. So make sure you follow us on everything, the FBC POD and the Barbershop Network. Shouts out to Scott and the gang. Camp, pass it on over to you.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, we thank y'all. And hey, Russ, we thank you too, even though you're the lone person that cares about Johnny Wrestling. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. Hey, best of blessings to everybody into the new year as we talk new life and new wrestling, man. Everything that you do to contribute to the community is greatly appreciated. So never stop doing it. And always know that if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. It's the pick with the VP, DOC, and we are out. And yeah, we're going to bookend it with Fuck Johnny Wrestling.